Okay, guys, Speedboat Maniac 410 coming at you. Look, this is a follow-up video to one whole comment that I got about 3 weeks ago. So I have one fan. Christian and I have one fan. I'm not saying people aren't watching the videos or subscribing, and I appreciate everybody subscribing and watching the videos and sharing it and commenting. But this one particular, we're so excited because it's like an answer video to somebody who had a question. And the subscriber and YouTube, wow, did you see that? We would have got that on video and been able to play it back for the judge in the courtroom.
It's a girl, so she doesn't drive.
See, and there he goes, right? He's always got to go with the assuming stuff like that. But
it was a girl.
I didn't say it was or wasn't a girl, but right away, like, never mind. Don't get me started with him. Don't get me started with him this morning. Here we go. Here we go. This morning. Here we go. Here we go. Always talking about how. So, let me focus, guys, because it's hard. It's really hard to focus sometimes. I don't know why. So, the screen name for this person is Maxzilla. So this is for you, Maxzilla, and anybody else who wants to watch the video. He asked a question, and he was right. I was making a video, and my battery died, and the storage ran out on my camera / Samsung 7, which is an awesome way to record, I think. Okay, so he said, I want to hear more about the 35-foot boat. Because the video just got cut off. It was like a hard out, boom. I was like in the middle of the Bay Bridge, and I released the video anyway. It was early on in my YouTube career, which was all of 2 months ago. So I'm gonna talk to you guys a little bit about the 35-foot boat, a little bit more in detail. So as I had already said before, if you recall, the 35-foot boat came out of Waukegan, Illinois, from Sjogren Marine, or you know, Fountain Dealer. And I traded in my 27-foot, my 29-foot boat on that 35. So look, you know, I'm just going to share also the financial aspect of it, but not in detail for the exact money or digits, because it really doesn't matter. All of it's, I'm not going to say a waste of money, because boats are definitely not an investment. But I traded in my 27. They gave me face value on it, which wasn't that much. I traded in the 29-foot boat, which you don't use the word equity. It's not like you made money on it. But the money that I had spent 2 or 3 months earlier and then turned right back around and traded it in, they gave me close to me breaking even on what I had spent 3 months ago on that boat. And I had a great time with the 29-foot boat. So then I took a check up to Sjogren and paid for pretty much between the trade-in values on both boats and the value of the 35, what it was worth. I paid about 50% of the whole amount of the boat, and then I financed the rest for 20 years, as you guys know. Christian's bored already. So, you know, it was so that I could have a halfway decent payment. Well, it wasn't like halfway decent. It was like a friggin' mortgage payment. But again, I wanted the powerboat really bad. I wanted to run fast. And again, this Icbm, you know, like Maxzilla had asked in the comment, he said, man, I want to hear more about the 35-foot Icbm. Wasn't that like the perfect boat for the bay? And you know, I responded and I thought about it too. I don't have to think about it. It's the truth. It's the fact. On certain days on the bay, obviously, a 19-foot boat is fine. On certain days, a 23-foot boat is fine. Deep V, flat bottom, John boat, whatever, fishing boat, charter boat, I don't care what size it is. But there are days And it don't have to be stormy out or cloudy or whatever you want to call it. There are times when the 35-foot just wasn't big enough in the bay. And it's not like, oh, you know, bigger's always better or whatever. Obviously, you're going to get a smoother ride the longer your hull is. So what had happened was I took that boat, and again, if you guys don't recall, it had twin 5 1/4s, staggered, full staggered, you know, with the XR drives, and I had Maximus 5-blade 32 pitch props on it. I believe they were 15 1/4 or 15 3/4 inch diameter Maximus Mercury props on it, and the boat would run good, almost 100 miles an hour after, again, weather. I don't know what happened with the boat. It was like after the first month of having it, I just couldn't hit 100 with it again. I don't know. So it ran good, but I took it on 2 poker runs with a couple buddies of mine down to Key West. Pulled it with the truck all the way down to Key West, long trip to Miami to do the Miami Key West poker run. And there was this one time, and I believe it was 2009. I can't believe it's been that long ago, 8 or 9. And here we are sitting on traffic again, going across the Bay Bridge again. We're not to the Bay Bridge yet. It seems like every time we're doing this, there's traffic or something. You can't plan this stuff. I mean, how do you do it?
It's got two-way traffic.
It is two-way traffic? So they run two-way traffic on the Bay Bridge. They put the X up and then a green arrow, and they let you switch lanes. So anyway, what was I saying? I told you it's hard to keep track. So I'm down in Key West in 2009 with one of my buddies, and we're running with the pack of these boats, and it was rough out. We were actually going out, what they call on the outside, which is out in the ocean, not on the inside, going down to the Key West, to out of Key Largo, leaving Key Largo, heading on down to the next set of keys. And it wasn't storming or raining, but it was rough out. Okay, and when I say rough, I mean like 5 and 6 footers. It was a solid 3 and 4 footers, but occasional 5 and 6 with some occasional rollers. And I'm gonna tell you what, we got beat and beat and beat and beat and beat. And I don't care how good a health you are in or how strong you are or whatever, and it helps to be healthy or strong. My goodness, by the time we got to where we were going, we were wiped out. But so anyway, the actual ride on the boat helped me to realize that, you know, a bigger boat is needed for bigger seas, as if I already didn't know that, but you hear it all the time from people who boat all the time, who know, but I didn't know for sure. You know, I'm like, 35-foot boat, that's plenty big, until you get the shit kicked out of you in some deep seas, and it's not fun. So the boat itself, you know, and I'll find a couple little pictures. I don't think I have many, and I'll try to put them up. But I really like the boat. Again, it had the Cyclone paint on it, and it had the paint on the actual deck going up across the hatch. It was a nice boat. And obviously, those boats with XR drives, they don't have transmissions in them. You know, the engine's coupled right to the outdrive, and it's a staggered situation. There's obviously a drive shaft on the forward engine. And it was a great boat. I really enjoyed it. Awesome interior. It had that new fancy, more rounded, sleek interior that Fountain has redesigned about 10 years ago now. It's been 2006, 2007. They came out with that new interior and had that in it. It had the really nice walnut cabinets and the simulated wood. It wasn't real wood downstairs, and it said Icbm right on the little switch console downstairs in the cabin area. Beautiful red dash.
Now what we can do is, in the description, we can link this video. It's called Fountain Run Along.
Right.
And it's somebody took a video riding along him. Where was that at?
that was coming out of Key Largo down to Miami, but that was on the, I believe, the 2010 Poker Run video. Okay. But yeah, like Christian was just saying, there's a video called Fountain Run Along, and I don't know if the run along is together or whatever, but just type in Fountain Run Along, and it's just like a 45-second video, and I had typed that into Maxella on the one comment, so y'all check it out. And I think it's under Greg Harris's username. He was the one that was either running the video and posted the video, obviously. And it was fun, but yeah, that's a good video. We weren't going super fast. We were only running about 55, 60 miles an hour. But it was a fun run down there. But I guess what I'm saying and what I'm getting at, guys, is a 35-foot boat is a big boat for the bay, and it is nice. It's a good average size, but it depends on what you're doing. If you're doing high-performance boating, if it's not a wide-body catamaran or a catamaran with a tunnel hull and there's some cushion to it, a 35-foot boat in bad seas and deep seas, not even if it's storming out, just rough out, it'll beat you up a little bit. But the overall condition of the boat, it was a beautiful boat. And like I said, I had only purchased it, and it only had like 17 or 37 hours on it. Even though it was used, it was almost like it was new. I really enjoyed the boat, and didn't have any problems. You know, I had it for like 2 or 3 years. When I say problems, you know, making the payment and things like that, you know, because it was expensive and the insurance was expensive. And then towards the end, guys, I think it was around 2011, I took it on the Jammin' on the James poker run down in Virginia. Awesome poker run. Awesome poker run. And it was actually so cool running down through, I think it's like Portsmouth and where all the Navy ships are. And that, it's like right outside of Virginia Beach and down the James River. It's an incredible poker run. And that was an incredible run. I really enjoyed it. And it was like a month or two later, the season was kind of winding down. I think it was, you know, maybe like May or June. I'm sorry, it wasn't winding down. It was beginning the next year. And I was running it right out here in the Chester River, where the Chester River meets the bay. And I had a couple friends on the boat. We just got done coming back from Baltimore, and we ran up to Chestertown, up the Chester River. And I was running the boat hard, like we usually do, but, you know, not all the time, but, you know, on the pin, wide open. And I think that boat's wide open throttle was like 5250 or 5300. But I would run at 4800, 4900, 5100 a lot. And the boat would just run 90, 95 miles an hour all day long and kiss basically off of 100 miles an hour. So I'm coming down, and we're about ready to come into the 6 mile an hour zone. It's probably about 2 miles ahead. And I'm just airing this puppy out. There's probably a 6-inch chop, just a little flake on the top of the water, boogieing. And all of a sudden, boom, bang, crash, and bang, and the boat kind of jumped around a little bit and started carrying on. Well, the whole upper part of the XR drive, the whole side case blew out, and it had drive showers on it too, guys. So I was cooling the out drives. And when it came loose, it broke one of the tie bars, and both out drives were banging off of each other, and the propellers were running into each other. And then the boat started taking water on because it was coming up through the gimbal housing. So that was scary. Anyway, it was really scary. We made it back, even though the boat was taking water on. It was pumping out. Both bilge pumps was on wide open. I tied the boat up, brought the truck back, put it on there, and that pretty much was almost the last time that I ran it. And then we put new out drives on it. Art Lily helped me put the out drives on it. They ordered new ones. One of them was okay. We needed another one, and obviously 2 new propellers, and insurance paid for some of it, and well, all of it except for whatever the deductible was, which wasn't that much, which is that I learned my lesson about deductibles. Sometimes it's best just to run a high deductible and not pay the higher premium, and if something breaks, you're stuck with fixing it. Even though your boat don't get fixed for 3 or 4 or 5 months, you don't have to come up with the money. It's like a payoff. What are you going to do? You either lose one way or lose the other. Are you bored yet, Christian? So anyway, that's pretty much it about running the boat. A beautiful interior, like I said, beautiful cabin downstairs, the Icbm walnut, the 5 1/4 staggered with the XR Maximus props. I think I even at one point I got 6-blade Mercury props, and I think I got like a mile or 2 miles an hour out of it, and the nose kind of settled back down a little bit. Different things. It's amazing how propellers change the attitude of the boat, not just the performance of the boat, but also the running attitude with, I don't know, cup, pitch, rake, and whatever they do on the propellers. I'm not a propeller expert by any stretch of the imagination, but I was surprised when I went between the 5-blade Maximus and the 6-blade Herring, which was shaped the same way. It's a round ear prop, but the attitude of the boat changed by like 2 degrees. I guess because they put more cup in it or whatever, but it was neat. It was neat to experience that and see the difference of the different propellers. So that's pretty much it, guys. I mean, I had a great time with the 35. I do miss it, but again, things got tight financially 7 or 8 years ago for a lot of us in power boating, and we're just trying to, you know, recover the past few years. Some people recovering faster, and I don't know, you know, the economy goes up and down, but it depends on what business you're in and what your income stream is, you know, and mine sometimes is not that good and it's very average. So I have to wait to get my boat fixed. I have to gather my, you know, money up to pay for stuff to get repaired, and then you don't run the boat for 2 or 3 months. And that's been the situation with the 42 lately. So anyway, guys, that's pretty much it with the 35. I mean, I'm sure there's other questions. There's some things I missed about it, but I miss the old 35 Icbm. And if that wasn't good enough for you, let me know, comment below. And again, if you like this video, subscribe and click the thumbs up button for newly released videos coming to you, your way. So again, I'm Speedboat Maniac 410, and this is my nephew Christian, who I just bored the heck out of with this tutorial.
Tutorial?
Yeah. He doesn't know what these big words mean.
It's not a tutorial.
It's not a tutorial? What? It's a review? What is it?
You're just talking about your 35.
Like he said, we'll see you guys later. God bless.
Whatever. I think it's still recording.